Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep into the pool, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Let's make deposits into the bank of knowledge. Welcome back to Paranoi Radio Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Trebles Garcia. And joining me in a 1 to 2 is the best co-host on the motherfucking planet. Big Ten. Salute, salute.
Salute, salute. We're shaking bacon. It's been too long since I've been in the studio, quote unquote, with you in here, big dog.
It has been a while, bro.
Well, at least 7-8 months. The last one we did a little fuckery with the immigration when that was going on, what, 7-8 months ago, give or take?
It was exactly right after Donald Trump got elected, because that's when all the crazy shit started happening. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. It's a turnover of events. Before anything, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have an amazing episode lined up, and I do this with a style every single time we jump on the show, but today is a very emotional one for many of us, specifically for me. I'm not going to lie. Guys, I have an amazing episode lined up with an amazing special guest, and I want to remind you that the most important thing that you can do for the show is word of mouth. Check us out at ParanoiRadio.com. And I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space, and I want to thank God for allowing me to be here today. That is right. Yo, I know I said that all around. The intro is not perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's never been a perfect show. It's never been a polished show. It's never been about professionalism. It's been about having fun. And for the people that do not know, for the people that have been following me on YouTube, on Rumble, and everywhere that we're at now, I want to reintroduce to the show, at least for this episode, my best friend. Without this mother trucker, this show wouldn't be where it's at today. The first 100 episodes were not recorded like this. The first 100 episodes were behind no visuals, just iPhones, two best friends talking and chopping it up, doing their research, and then just giving their freaking hardcore opinion. So, guys, this is big.
2 iPhones, 2 wired headsets because Bluetooth gave us real big problems.
Oh, yeah.
Middle-ish of the night in our cars, just talking to ourselves, laughing, neighbors looking like, what the fuck is this we're doing? Just
that's right.
Us having a great time, and that's how it's going to stay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and above 100 episodes, the first, and this is why it's getting a little emotional, because the way we started was I was getting hardcore on Tweak, and we started as a hobby, and Tank is my best friend, guys. By the way, Tank, I've known Tank since I think junior year in high school, and we partied together.
You're junior, my freshman.
We've shared countless parties, countless moments. We have many, many friends, plenty of enemies, and we've had so many encounters with enemies and encounters with great times. And he became a father at a very young age, and he became a husband at a very young age. And I want to say this out loud here on the show. He is one of the most exemplary. I hope I'm saying that right. Correct my beaner language. Human beings, man, husband, and father that I've met. In fact, when I had my second baby and then my mother died, I went back so hardcore onto Tweak and drinking every day. He was there for all of it. He watched it. He watched me stop. He watched me keep going. He watched me from when I was being adopted. He watched me from when I fucking tried killing myself. He watched all of my girlfriends. He's watched me more times than you guys have watched me in the past 440 episodes. And it comes with a great heart to say this, because when this episode comes out, it is the end of the road for a big chapter, not only in my life, but it's also in his life, because he has based the foundation on friendship, loyalty, scarcity, and just brotherhood. Right, Tank? Yeah,
That's a fact. I mean, Trebles, you're making me seem out to be this great person, but without you, I'd probably be a little selfish Paisa. And I say that in the way,
bro, I haven't been impacted your life that much as you impacted mine. Keep the credits. Keep the credit.
Look. A lot of what I am today is because of the foundation built by Trebles, his brother, his parents, something that Treble brought me into. I learned through his family and him is one eat, we all eat. I That's one thing that I was taught by his family. We would show up, and I still remember the OG crew. Me, Lobo, Trebles from school. He already had two other, which are the twins there. The mom, his sister, the prima, the
A house
sister's
of 12.
kids.
Became
Yeah,
a house of 15.
exactly.
And then a house of
And me,
18.
Lobo,
Yeah.
would show up like, boom, here, hey. And guess what? That's where I learned a lot of these core values. They hardly knew us. Here's a plate. Do you want more? Can you imagine that? A normal family of four is struggling in the US. They need to be asking for certain helps or else they just can't make it. And we would just show up out of nowhere and be like, boom, here you go, amigo.
Hospitality.
Here you go,
I remember
son.
that.
Exactly. Treble's taking us under his wing, um, just showing us the ropes as an older brother. That's exactly what you did. Look, they always say that the older brother is the one that goes through all the life lessons to teach us what to do better or how to succeed. And that's exactly what I went through my high school years. I've
Awesome.
seen, like Treble said, I've seen him at his highs, I've seen him at his lows. Never will I ever judge him for that because the trebles you see is not the trebles that was meant to come from his product of situation. He's fought really long and hard where he's at, and I'm proud of him for that. That's why when you chop me up, I'm like, no, bro, realistically, let's be honest. If things wouldn't have gone the way they have, you wouldn't be here, but that's all you. And that's why I give you such big ups. I really do.
Thank you, bro. The show revolved around conspiracy theories. We spoke about many different things. We even started a second show called Pushing Rope. You could probably still find remnants of it in the internet. But we did so many episodes together. We changed to so many different things, and finally we had our core episode that would consist of the intro, and then a second portion of the show, what's called the segment of the show called "What Is Happening," and that would be. We had a randomizing machine. We had a machine that randomized the listener of the week, which is still here today. I adopted that again. You had the machine play and spit out 3 different things that were hot of the moment, and Tank would bring it in as a news flash, and we would call it "What Is Happening." It's a boat.
Okay.
It's a
OG, you hear the first 3 to 5 episodes, it was like world news or world something. That's how it originally started. And I would literally, I still remember it because in the segment, I would be like, "What is happening?" And then that's what we're like, "What the fuck? Why are we calling it world news? Let's just call it what is happening." And because
yeah,
we did what is happening led actually into subsections that we had, which was fuckeries,
the
which is
fuckeries. Yes.
basically a giant what is happening. We had no idea, just let the ball go. Boom, boom. Hey, did you see this? Did you see that? Boom. This lady married a ghost. She got down with the program. Hey, bro, it was insane.
Dude, the lady that married the ghost was probably the best story you've ever brought. And then you followed it up with what happened. She divorced the ghost. Guys, shut the front door. All right.
Somewhere in
Well,
Wisconsin, that's where this happened. So let me just fill a quick little backfill in. I used to go on the World Wide Web and just fucking look up insane stories, and that's pretty much what I would type in: insane stories happening throughout the world. And this lady moved into a house. She moved out there in the suburbs somewhere in Wisconsin, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell? What is this she talking about? Probably crazy lady or something. And she literally fell in love with her ghost. And believe it or not, hashtag Google that shit. Go check it out. She literally would be so terrified, but she ended up having a relationship with that entity, and later she was pronounced married with that very same entity. Funny thing about it is the internet is crazy, and you could get ordained over any little thing. And guess what? I haven't followed up on it, but it wouldn't surprise me if she's probably said she got three little ghost babies going around. Let's be honest about that.
Hey, bro, in California, those are everywhere. Everybody, men can get pregnant. That's what I'm gonna say. No pun intended. No talking crap. You do whatever you want with your body, guys. But anyway, go. So
Hey,
it went from it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's Paranoi Radio. Big Tech, what
facts.
is happening?
It's a
Yee.
planet. What is that? So let me just give you a couple thoughts. Oh, let's actually go back to the OG, the way I used to say it. I am Big Tank, and this is what is happening. I'm gonna give you guys some two stories, and I want your guys' input so I can drop your 2 cents plus my 2 cents and deposit that bitch into the bank of knowledge.
The bank of knowledge. I can't believe that still flows, bro. That just still flows. Guys, and you could hear all of that intro for the first almost 150 episodes of the show. You could listen to them on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, everywhere, even on YouTube. So people on YouTube right now that you're watching the show right now, you could hear those episodes on the podcast section in the YouTube channel. Big Tank, take it over, bro. What we got today, bro?
So let's keep it short, simple, and sweet. Make them tweet, tweet, tweet.
Ooh.
So one thing that I had just recently done, and I had actually spoken to Trebles about this, is I went actually camping for the first time with my family. Okay, that's the way I want to put it out. I had been camping before, but there's like one of those milestones where you actually go out with your wife, your kid, and you know what, you
Mm.
enjoy the great outdoors. You sleep in a tent, you do a little fire thing and everything, and shit. Curiosity always gets the best of me. My imagination always gets the best of me. I let that shit roam free. It has no collar, it has no leash. It'll just run buck wild. So, guess what? While all this is happening, the very first night, I started thinking about just different stuff popping up in my head. Oh my shit, technically we're in rule. Like this is how it was done. 150, 200, 300, and so
Mm.
forth back in the day, how everything was ruled back in the day. You just had a couple of places. And I started looking at it, and I walked into this crazy theory on the internet where everybody thinks that the motherhood of vampirism in the United States is mostly related to New Orleans, which is
Word.
something which is what a lot of people talk about. Baton
Hmm.
Rouge, Nolens, how they like to say, is very heavily in the paranoid community, to say the very least. A lot of stuff happens down there, and there's actually been a lot of TV dramas that have been just risen out of there because of the lore that's been taken out of it. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. Just keep on doing my research. Do, 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 do. Not that far, because today I'm actually, I ride for LA. I'm a Cali baby all day, but currently I'm in Georgia. So I started doing some research again, just shit pops into your head. Boom, 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 neutrons are flying. Bing, bing, bing. Before I know it, I'm looking
Mm.
at different places all throughout the US. And I actually found out that people actually believe that there's a lot more tied to vampirism to the Appalachian Mountains that is
Appalachian
located to
Ministry. Mhm.
Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, all that mountain ridge, and how there's been documented facts, not only of vampirism, but a lot of the paranormal. And there's actually people that actually will give you the whole rundown of everything that is happening. For example, if the forest goes quiet, you need to stay quiet. If you hear somebody calling your name, do not answer. They have all these mystic lores and they beliefs that how everything's going on and everything just keeps on pushing through. And I could only imagine like what the hell is happening. So look, I'm gonna break it down for you guys. If you hear something out there that's probably not real or something that can't be seen, it will definitely affect you crazy and insanely. So just think about this. There is a lot of the older community, because that's what they believe in. They believe in a lot of those old mystic trails, of this old mystic stuff, stories that they were told behind and behind, through and through. So the very first documented case in America was actually done in 1646, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was before the country was born.
Well, okay, see, exactly. So 1646, if I'm not mistaken, hashtag go Google that shit. There is a
Hashtag look it up.
family, exactly. There is a family that has been brought down through generations that was actually spoken to by the natives, where they state that a basic entity appeared in front of him that was able to have the superhuman strength, but that was unable to be seen during the day. During the night, he was out there going wild and prowling and killing all this stuff, but in the day, he was not able to factually go out there. So, guess what? What does humanity always do? When they don't know something, they get scared. They want to get rid of it. They want to eliminate it because it's the fear, the unknown, which is just a crazy factor behind it. And I've even told Angel this. I'm like, hey, technically, if God isn't from here, does that make him an extraterrestrial? Does that
For
mean,
sure.
yeah. And I'm not trying to connect both of them, but realistically, somebody could have came and given us, hey, I'm the Messiah, I'm so and so, I came from out of this world. More than likely, we're gonna try to kill him. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You crazy?
And we did,
Hey,
and we did, and they did kill him.
exactly. So, and that's a story. That's a story as long as time itself that's been repeated multiple times. So going back to the thing, so they have it recorded on file that basically it was trapped in a cave where it could not be touched. This cave is still available for you to go check out. It's towards the northern Tennessee border of the Appalachian Mountains. And it is haunted. People say do not go there, do not go check it out, etc. etc. So, with all that being said, people have had actual live encounters and videos in there where they feel this horrific entity, powerful spirit still in there. There has been various documentations of these giant bears. Because if you guys don't know, the US is really good about hey, check out this wildlife that we got tagged in a collar that this is what's going on. Specifically in that area, rural parts of the world, humans are not necessarily, how would I put it, visited as often. So what's the next best thing? Obviously animals. So even to this day, they still have a couple disappearances, but they have found a couple of the biggest animals, whether it be wolves, bears, moose, elk. And if you haven't actually seen a video of a moose or an elk, motherfuckers are big. They're like
They're
7 foot
huge.
tall. They're like 15 feet wide. It's just completely insane. Where they have been taken down and just basically mauled and killed. Hashtag go Google that shit. They only want to show you, oh look, it looks so pretty. This is it. No. Hashtag go Google that shit. So, with everything that's been said and done, if you really believe in the paranormal, and we've spoken about this as well, if you believe in anything good, for example, basic Christianity, if you believe in God, you have to, by law, believe in the devil. No, we're not saying that you worship him, but technically, if you believe in God, they go hand in hand together. If you believe in yin, you believe in yang. So, how do you think the world would react to an actual, real, mythical creature being alive?
Like seen? They
Like,
wouldn't know how to act.
yeah.
This is
Like actually having a subspecies of a human introduced into the world.
it wouldn't come
Twilight
out.
Real.
We are not ready for it. We're not
No,
ready.
we're not ready. We are never gonna be ready. We've said this plenty of times. But how do you think you/world could react to this?
I think religion would be shattered, bro. Mostly religion, not spirituality. I think we're like man-made religion, even the economy. Do you Bigfoot sells, bro? Bigfoot sells.
Hey, Bigfoot, hey, yeah, Yeti would be freaking lawsuit up the ass. What are you talking about? My brand, homie. Shit, I made this. You can't use my name like that. Indestructible, put it up against me.
And this episode is not brought to you by Yeti.
Oh no. But if y'all want to send me that new big container where I see people putting that carne asada and keeps it all warm in there, it's like massively big. Hey, I'll take it. I do not
It's
got
nice.
150
It's nice.
bucks to hold a container, but
It's
if y'all
nice.
want to send it to me, I'll definitely take it. Whatever y'all want. Hey, let me know. Holla
Take
at
his
me.
word for it, guys. Take his word for it and email him. I'll put the email in the description of the show.
Trouble, I want you to tell me something that you have grown up, obviously, we come from a more Latin culture where stuff has been heard. What are some of the experiences or things that you could actually say that you're close to believing in just because of stuff you've heard growing up?
Well, I've seen the Duende. I think everybody on the show probably is already bored of me you mentioning that and doing shows on it on different other people on the show. But the Mexican Duende story is 100% one of those stories that it's gonna resonate. That happened yesterday. That's how clearly I remember it. But then you'll have El Cucuy. The
El
Cucuy
cucuy.
in English is basically the boogeyman, the monster
Facts,
inside the closet or the monster under your bed. Oh, el
facts.
mono, el mono means the monkey,
Mono,
but but
mono, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
but
facts.
but La Llorona, which is the weeping mother, the cursed weeping mother. Basically she died. I guess her children died over on the river. I'm
Okay,
not
they
sure how the
literally
story
like,
goes, and you could find her still crying all over the place and stuff. But normally, I believe everything now, bro. Now that I'm on this transition of growing, I believe almost every conspiracy theory all connects back to spirituality, but every cryptid story, chupacabras for sure, 100%.
oh
Chupacabras
yeah,
is a
yeah.
sect of vampire mixed with insectoid, I think. Now, it's
You think
it's
a,
it's a trip.
you think a vampire got freaky with it?
I think a vampire got freaky with it,
In their
bro.
species?
I think it was a vampire getting freaky with an insectoid, a mantis sectoid. Oh yeah, a sucking sectoid, a sucking mantis, sunken mantis. That's what I think. I'm just saying, bro. You asked, I shall deliver the answer.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, okay,
Who
okay.
was the
So,
male though? I think the guy was probably the mantis, and the girl was the. I think that's how it happened.
a little female.
It's not like a male tiger and a lion, a female lioness, and then it's a ligress or whatever. It's not a liger.
It's a Tygon.
It's a tigon. That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. It's the other way around. Yes,
Okay,
you
okay.
got it.
It's a Tygon. Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, what, with all that being said, and this is just gonna trickle down more to it. Whenever we are scared, what is the number one thing we tell our kids whenever they're scared of something? Oh, it's just a myth. It's a talk. This is what's going on. It's not true, etc. Imagine having to tell your kid that every single thing they've ever heard, and this is why it sort of hit with me and resonated. YouTube is everywhere. Shit
Mhm,
pops up like a motherfucker.
mhm.
Um, the craziest stories pop up now. The creepiest things are lovable on YouTube. I was just seeing one of a cat that has this big old fucked up eyes with a big old smile, and Dad, I want this toy. I'm like, shit, this shit looks ugly. Like, there's nothing appealing about it. It looks like a cracked out cat, purple cat. Forgot the name of it.
It's
That's
the
something.
cat from K-pop Demon Slayers.
No. It's not even that one. I like that one a lot more. I think it has something to do with smiley critters or something.
Oh
Um,
snap!
yeah. It's not even that one. Shit, I'll take the K-pop one over all that. And might I say, I'm a fan, big dog. Hey, some of them bars hit hard. But hey, I shit you not. I
I
use
don't want to
my
ding.
kid as an
I don't want to.
excuse
I don't want to
to
get
bump
dinged on YouTube, but you're my soda pop.
it.
That song
I
is.
shit you not. I shit you not. I have been chilling with my son, and they'll little YouTubes pop up, reels, whatever it is on YouTube. My little soda pop, and I hear him in the background when I'm not playing that song for him, and he's not rocking out. My little soda pop, and he does it, and I'm like, bro,
Catch him in
that's
the
like
mood.
it's yes. I'm like, and you want to know what that reminded me of in our childhood?
Hmm.
Doing the snap your fingers, doing the lean with
Yeah,
the rock with it. Is that
yeah,
I'm like, is that an evolution of it?
yeah.
And
That's
guess
their
what
form of entertainment. Hmm.
okay. So another thing that I've been noticing, and realistically, he doesn't know anything about hip hop. He doesn't know anything besides YouTube and the little stuff that he learns at school because he's just a kindergarten right now. You want to know what he started saying? The number phrase taking the world by storm.
6, 7, bro. Shut the fuck up.
6, 7. And okay. I listen to hip hop still. I listen to the new hip hop. You get me? Um, I am not calling myself a hip hopologist or anything like that. I know where it comes from. The whole origination of 6'7". It's from a song that's talking about LaMelo Ball. He be playing like he's 6'2", but he's actually 6'7", and that's where it originates from. And I asked him, Papa, do you know where that comes from? And he just got into this whole thing. It's from a song, 6'7", 6'7". And I'm like, I started thinking about our childhood. The whole 1738, even though we knew that was a bottle. 369, oh my ride. From the
Huh?
Yin Yang Twins. I didn't
Do
know
you
where that came
remember?
from.
Do you remember 143? I love you. One
I
four
love
three
you,
means I love
143.
you in in text
Of
message, bro.
course.
When text
Oh,
message was T9, before it was what
yes.
you know. Yeah, it's yeah.
Um, so I started thinking about the whole evolution of it. You get me? Like
Mhm.
realistically, the whole evolution of how everything's been happening, how everything's been going down. And it just, for the lack of better words, blasphemy. How does something so stupidly as saying 6'7" get so much praise? Like
I heard it means it's also in the elemental chart for HO, which is holium, some stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hashtag look it up, GTS that shit. It's an element in the elemental chart, and the number it's HO, which means whole. It reads whole. So it's number 67 element of the earth. So it's
I
a smart
see.
thing. It's number 67 in the elemental chart, and it happens to say ho. So when kids say you are a 6'7" or 6'7" to somebody, that means you're calling them a ho. Hashtag look it up.
See. I'm just mind fucked right now. Okay. But was it actually okay? So this is my whole thing. Okay, is it actually that, or is it all these people reaching for stuff that just happen to coincide? And the reason I'm gonna tell you this, um, back in the day, especially in hip hop culture, there has been plenty of hip hop beef. Okay, we had Ja Rule 50, we had anything you could think of. And the most
Mhm.
recent one just happened to be the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
had all these so-called lyricists diving in. Did you hear when Drake said this? Drake said this, and this, but it actually meant to the third person of this, of Kendrick, that, and
Mhm.
this. And I started thinking about it. And I'm like, it sounds witty, sounds smart. Um, maybe I'm not trying to reach for that. Maybe I'm used to the stupid music or something. But
Mhm.
why does everything always need to be so goddamn complicated, Troubles?
This is why we say in the beginning of every single show, keep it simple, stupid.
Facts. Facts. That is the number one model that we should all
Kiss.
live by and think, because you could go down this crazy rabbit hole of whatever you want, and you could dive deep at this time at this place. There was a shadow at this time in this place. I called my wife, she wasn't there. What the fuck is going on? She always answers the phone, she always does this, etc., etc., etc. They give you the stupidest or the most easiest answer, and people don't believe it. People,
And people want, like I said on my last post on Instagram, I said people want to be entertained. And because so even that people were even reaching out saying that the number 6'7" is demonic. At this point, bro, every fucking number is demonic. I'm not saying I'm not a conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm still am. But I'm not a black pill conspiracy theorist. Now I'm more closer to Jesus Christ than ever. Now I'm sober. Now I don't need an excuse to do things. Now I have the ambition to stop and be a better person, a better father. Why do I need to look at everything like everything's evil? If you look at the number 3, it's bad. The number 4, it's bad. The number 5, bad. The name and the number and gematria, everything is bad. What the fuck, bro? Just
yes,
keep it
yes,
simple. Life, we didn't get to this point because we're all rotten. We got to this point because humanity is righteous, because humanity is bright, because humanity was created divinely. I don't like you said right now. Sometimes, bro, things are a lot simpler than that, man. You're thinking way too freaking strong. Way
So,
too
so, so,
much.
so one thing I found out is a childhood TV show of ours that we would emphasize and sometimes still make fun of it. Um, and you're gonna get this if you're 90s, 2000 babies. I'm gonna send you to the Shadow Realm.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. When we saw that come out in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna send you to the Shadow Realm. They portrayed it as a mystic art, them doing some type of witchcraft,
Very cultic.
wizardry.
Yep. Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. Um,
Very Egyptian.
very heavily Egyptian. Did you know that the reason it was called the Shadow Realm was to make it more appealing for kids because in the manga version and a lot in the Japanese sections, a lot of the stuff that was sending them to the Shadow Realm were just code for them being killed. That's all it was. In a lot of the manga cartoon version and some of the Japanese version, it's not no energy orb. It's not them putting their hand down and messing them up. It's literally them killing them. There's an episode there where the protagonist is fighting this other guy and it has these twin spinning energy disc, okay? The actual real version is two chainsaws, two physical chainsaws spinning, and they're meant to cut their legs off.
Whoa.
But
That would have been a lot
yes,
more fun. Yeah, but
okay,
the
okay, okay,
United
okay,
States had
okay.
to step in and say, no, it's too bloody.
Well, okay, okay. I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one that's suffered from the same thing. Pokemon has this unseen episode in the US where it got completely blanned out, and we actually lose the section of if you know Pokemon, and I don't want to get too much crazy into this because then I'm gonna start reliving childhood, and before I know it, today and
Mhm.
tomorrow I'm just binge watching. In our version, we don't see why Ash has a lot of Tauros. We just know that one day he has like 50 Tauros, those bull type Pokemon,
It
just
does
everywhere.
skip that reason.
Okay,
Why?
okay. We never see that. We never see that. Okay. And it does sort of say into it that he caught him on the Safari Zone, etc. We never actually know the reason in the US. You could go Japanese and see it. And the reason that whole episode got scrapped was because one of the characters that comes out at that time is holding a gun, like Wild Wild West.
Get the fuck
And
out.
and four kids literally just said, "Hey, this is too much for us to work around with. We get rid of it." But you'll have all these crazy naysayers. Oh, it has to do with witchcraft, wizardry, it has this. You'll get the answer and people won't be happy with it. That's what it
You know
comes
what's
down to.
funny? They blocked an episode of Pokemon because there was a handgun involved, and now we're the country with the most gun problem. The irony behind it, bro.
Bro,
Oh God.
it's insane the stuff that you actually see people try to censor. Like legitimately, it's insane how people will petition, stop the violence, stop this is bad. Um, let's go back to the whole soda pop thing, the whole whatever the
Mhm,
fuck their name is.
mhm, mhm.
People are literally saying that it's glorifying demons.
Mhm.
Why? Because they look nice, they look amazing. But look, everybody wants to be them now. They're singing a song that's made by demons. If you actually hear most of it and you actually go into it, there, from what I have seen, I haven't deep dove into it either. I'm not gonna tell you I went all crazy. There has been no mentions of any type of
Oh
witchcraft
no.
demon thing
Oh no. I
besides
heard
their
the
name.
songs. I heard the
Yeah.
songs looking for conspiracy theories, and the songs come out clean. The songs have a lot of talking about being good and stuff. I'm telling you, Ben.
And not even that. Even when they have the quote unquote bad ones come out, it's not even anything bad. They're just being selfish. Hey, I want this from you. Hey, I want that. The worst thing I heard is give us your soul. That's
Yeah,
like
that's the worst thing.
that's like legitimately the worst thing
And
that I
it's an
heard. That was
example of what we're living today. It's an example of what not only podcasts are doing, but everybody in the mainstream media. This is just another form of media, but everybody's
Yeah.
doing it. You know, people are. What do you think influencers are doing to you and your brain? Come
Bro,
on, bro.
this is another form
Too
of
conspiratorial.
clickbait. This is
Mm-hmm.
literally just another form of clickbait. And guess what? People have to attach themselves to something hot or something that's happening because guess what? That's the only way they're going to get traction. And it could ruin everything for one person or completely change their mind, whatever it might be. I'll say this on there. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's side of the family is hardcore religious. Okay. I think I brought this up a couple times. They looked at my son weird because he was watching a movie, Transylvania, there it is. The movie
Hotel
Transylvania.
Transylvania. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it shows monsters and not even ugly to a sense. They're kid-friendly monsters because there's a
Mm-hmm.
child story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember that day. Nathan, go put away your iPad because they're not gonna watch that. They cannot be I don't want them to rot in their mind type of thing. They never said that. They never actually said that. But that's basically the understanding of it. In my head, I'm like, great. So you're gonna tell me, and this is not a jab at Christianity in any form type of way, but
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna tell me a guy being brutally punished in the streets, getting killed and everything is a perfect story to tell kids. How a virgin mother was able to have a child and everything. So you're bringing in the beginning of sexual thing and how a bad story can end, and you're gonna tell me that that's what you want the basis of your child's to be.
Mm-hmm.
But a kid-friendly story of this is gonna affect and mess up those kids just because that's something that we do. And hey, guess what? Great, no problem. I am not gonna tell anybody how to raise or not raise their children. That is not my place in telling them, hey, boom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I will say, no mames.
No
Like
mames means
legit.
no mames means shut the front door.
Yeah. Legitimately,
Politely.
politely, as politely as possible. Because I understand when something is bad. I have blocked certain parts of YouTube, Netflix, and everything that I know my child shouldn't be watching at this
Mm-hmm.
given point. Why? Because he's in the era where he's a sponge. Everything he sees, everything he says, everything he does is a mirror reflection. And guess what? All of those things start to shape him as he starts growing up. His community, where he lives, and everything. The people that you start kicking it with. We've said this plenty of times.
What
Show
you're
me who
doing is
you with.
you're yeah, who you show me who you're with and I'll show you who you are. And what you're
Exactly.
doing is controlling where your 2 feet lay, what you can control, your household. And I've always said that on a freaking show. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I, I would basically say that we're doomed before we even get going, to a sense,
Yeah,
if
that's
we're gonna
that's
try.
this is why, and towards the end of the show already, bro, you're closing. This is how I started the episode. You're closing Paranoid today. This is why I did this announcement on Instagram. If most of you already watched it, this is it. The next chapter, the growth. Where do I stand? I checked my posture in the government, weather, climate, as a Trumper, Latino, conspiracy theorist, podcaster, father, provider, husband, son, all of it. I checked my posture. You know why? Because I don't want to be doom and gloom anymore. I don't. Yeah, everything is a conspiracy theorist. Yes. Everything is connected to spirituality. Yes. Everything's connected back to a scripture, I want to say. And because I am a little closer to God now, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to focus on God and the crucifixion. I'm going to focus on the resurrection. See, that's the thing. You guys forget that there's a good side of the story. that there's another portion of the story, that they continue. The part of it is you create the better outcome when you are presented with the problem. We identify the problem, but we never present a solution. And that's the problem with us as mainstream media hosts and content creators and influencers. So it's a hard thing to say and a hard pill to swallow. But in this amazing episode next to my best friend, just like we started the last 440 episodes, today I don't know when this is going to drop really, but for November 11th in 2025, Paranoi Radio shifts. It doesn't die. It's reborn. It becomes...
Metamorphosis.
Yeah. And it becomes now, it's almost self-centered, I want to say, but I repositioned myself, and the show cannot continue the way it's going. I want to be able to be shared. I want people to say, I heard this story, this documentary, that idea. I was poised. I was reinforced. I was pushed to research these different areas of the world, of the internet. I want to be known as cinematic, luxurious, street podcast, a modern, an occult and rebellious podcast. I want to be recognized on a global level, not only tied, shackled by the conspiracy niche. You guys gave me a platform. I took a bite out of it, but it's not where I belong. It wasn't where I was born to be. And I can't shackle myself to that. I wasn't born for that. I think God puts us here for specific routes and specific places. And the goal for me is not that. He puts it in my heart. And I have to thank you. So thank you, Tank, for everything that you've done for the show, everything you've done for me as a man. A couple of days ago, I paid some homage and I gave some respect to you, and I told you some very intimate things because I want you to know that. That's the day that I decided Paranoid's gonna die so that I could be reborn. And it is. The show called The Trebles Show. Yes, it's my first name because you know what? You're here to watch me at the end of the day. And I want you guys to understand. I want you to understand that I freaking love you. And I was born for this. And I found my niche. People are born for many different things. People are good for many different things. I can honestly tell you today that I am not drinking. I'm not snorting meth. And I'm on my best behavior as a husband and as a father because I'm peaceful and I'm free. The question is, can you say that? That's the deepest thing I could tell you right now. And with that, Paranoi Radio today closes a chapter. Moving on forward on this channel, on your favorite channel, the best show with the best content with the best listeners.
Yes.
You guys are the frequency. The show continues. Break a leg, guys. Keep it simple, stupid. I want to remind you to drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify because that allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Big Tank, I love you, big dog.
Love you too, big dog. Salute, we out.
That was fucking amazing.
Paranoi Radio.